Hello, ladies, recap here. Spoiler alert. Watch out and keep safe always. The movie is about far in the future. Because of excessive and unethical use of natural resources, the world faces a new pandemic every year that kills billions of people. Humans have started to see life as a curse as they can catch a deadly virus and die at any time. Then one day, amidst all the disasters, a scientist named Pilot comes as a blessing to humankind. He makes a genetic discovery that can turn humans immortal, giving people hope to live in a fairy tale void of the fear of death. In a short time, he invents the practical use of the discovery, and the remainder of the human race transforms into eternal beings. The scene changes to 200 years in the future. The system of mortality has changed. Now only a select group of people live inside a domed city, get a chance to go through a process called the freeze, which makes them immortal. Pilot runs the entire city and has hundreds of employees working for him to maintain order. People at a young age are brought to the domed area and are evaluated by Pilot himself. He pinpoints the moment in their life when they are at their peak, which is when they get the freeze. For most people, this age is around 25, but it can vary from person to person. Hence, the domed city is filled with mortals and people looking to become immortals in the future. Then we are introduced to the protagonist of the film, Logos. He is being moved into the city alongside multiple people excited about their transformation. Unlike them, Logos has many questions in his heart. He doubts that immortality is a gift humans need. Because to him, death is what binds life together. Without death, there is no living. There is just existing. Despite such concerns in his mind, Logos enters the city, hoping to find answers. On his second day in the city, he is approached by a woman named Sukar. She has sensed that he has been questioning immortality and is here to invite him to a group, one that is made of more people like him. She hands him a box that is supposed to take him to said group without being tracked. Pilot and his right-hand man Armoros are watching the surveillance footage when they see the box and find it suspicious. Pilot asks Armoros to find out what the box is. Somewhere else, a tour guide Aki is telling a bunch of new students about the process of freezing. One of the new citizens inquires about someone who used to work closely with Pilot. Aki reveals that there was once a man who is as smart and intelligent as Pilot. They were partners until the man protested against the system of immortality and his memory was wiped clean. As a result, no one knows where he is now, but rumor has it that he has invented a program to end the entire immortality system. Before disappearing, Akaya is later approached by Amaros, who takes her to meet Pilot virtually. The man wants Aki to spy on Logos and find out what he is up to. Since she is a guide looking to be promoted into a guardian, it is a perfect way to test her abilities. In the following scene, Aki catches Logos and Sukar together, eavesdrops on their conversation, but a smart Sukar already knows that they are being watched. She talks to Logos in circles and tells him to come to the church later, but to Aki it sounds like a normal friendly conversation. Later Pilot is told this, but he refuses to let go of the matter. He again asked Aki to continue to spy on Logos and make a report about all his activities to do. So Aki has to be close to him. Hence, she approaches him, and the next time she finds him alone, she comments on the book he is reading and starts a conversation about immortality right away. Logos asks her if she believes the things she tells her students as their guide. It makes Aki think, and she registers that she doesn't have an answer. The following day, she appoints a set of twin sisters to spy on Logos while she is not around. The twins are also hoping to be promoted, so they accept the job in an instant. At the same time, Logos goes to the church and meets Sukar. After confirming that no one followed him, he is allowed inside. A man named Mazim welcomes him in and introduces him to a programmer and scientist Medor, and everyone in the group is like Logos. They question the immortality system and are unsatisfied with Pilot's method. It is then revealed that people are given a dosage of a drug named maintenance every day to supposedly prepare themselves for the freezing process. But the group has found out that the drug makes them submissive, suppressing human emotions and instincts. They cannot love or hate, which makes them incapable of protesting against what they dislike. It is almost as if they are bred to become Pilot's slaves. Everyone who takes the maintenance drug is the same, but for some reason, Logos seems to be immune to it, which is why he has thoughts outside of the benefits of immortality. The scientist Medoran has found a diary made by Pilot's former partner and is replicating the virus that will overturn immortality. The group's primary goal is to make people realize that they can feel happiness and sorrow, so they protest against the system and end Pilot's rule. In the following scene, Pilot is with his teenage daughter Amanda. She inquires about his ex-partner and reveals that his name was Helios. Amanda is a curious girl. She has many questions about the system her father runs, which normal citizens would not be allowed to ask in a way. She is like Logos and the others from the group, and Pilot have started to realize this as well. In the morning, Logos wakes up because of a nightmare. He has been having a recurring dream where he is in the desert, wearing a hazmat suit. Dream always ends with him struggling to breathe and passing out. Aki is adamant about the promotion and is willing to do anything to complete it. The task Pilot has given her that day. She approaches Logos again, posing as someone who wants to be his friend. However, in the middle of the conversation, she asks him if he takes the maintenance drugs that prepare him for the freezing process. Logos is taken aback by the question, but he lies and says yes. After some time, he is with the group that is planning to disturb the flow of maintenance drugs by changing the code, which can be done from the Capitol building. This is sure to show people how it is to feel human emotions, but to recode they need access to the underground tunnels of the Capitol building. Logos remembers that Aki works in the Capitol and her card can be used to gain access to areas that are otherwise not open to the general public. He goes to meet her and asks her if she takes her maintenance drug. Before she answers, the twins interrupt them, and we see Armoros asking Aki what Logos was talking about. But she lies to him and claims that he just came to say, "Hi, Logos." His question remains on her mind for the rest of the day. Hence she eventually goes to meet him. He trusts her and brings her to the rest of the group, revealing every step of their plan and their goal to someone who has been sent to spy on them. Aki is shocked, but she composes herself even after finding out how Pilot is controlling them. She doesn't comprehend the severity of the situation. Thanks to the maintenance drug she has been consuming every day, Aki is even more stunned. When the group asks her to help them with their plan, she has given some time to think it over, but she takes this opportunity to tell Armoros everything she discovered. Surprisingly enough, he remains calm for someone who has been told about a rebel group who wants to end his boss's rule. Armoros asks Aki to return to the group and agree to help. Even though she fears being caught, she trusts Armoros to get her out of any unmanageable situation. In the meantime, we see Pilot talking to Amanda again. She inquires about what it was like when he lost her mother. Pilot is fed up with her, asking him the same questions, but he replies that it was devastating. He also reveals that one time, Amanda was close to death and he thought his life was ending with hers. This is the reason he and Helios worked hard to create the genetic coding method. However, Pilot claims Helios was jealous that he got all the credit, which caused a rift in their friendship. After hearing everything he has to say, Amanda comments that the last part changes every time he tells her the story. Then we see AK come to the rebel group offering helm. They create an elaborate plan and assign specific tasks to everyone before finally executing it. But when they sneak into the building and are about to enter the tunnel, an alarm rings. This is actually Aki and Armoros' plan to separate Logos from the rest of the group and arrest him. It works, and eventually, he is captured and taken into the medical room. The doctors perform a memory wipe on him, causing him to forget everything. Aki feels terrible for doing what she did to Logos after finding out that his memory was wiped. She protests that she wants to meet him, but Pilot warns her to do only the things she is asked to. Moreover, her presence might trigger some memories in him. Aki is distressed for a few hours before the twins inform her. When they saw Logos earlier, Aki runs to meet him, but he fails to recognize her. He has also been given a heavier dosage of the maintenance medicine, which has turned him into an immortal. He doesn't feel any pain or happiness in Aki's head. He is a living dead, not an immortal. It is then revealed that Aki has also not been taking her maintenance drug since the day she was told about Pilot's true intentions. She finally realizes that she has made a huge mistake and runs to meet the rest of the group. Aki cries, apologizes and begs for forgiveness, but the group doesn't trust her anymore. She then tells them about Logos and how he has been changed into a robot without memories after repeatedly promising that she has realized the truth. The group counts her in as their teammate. In the next scene, they abduct Logos from a mental facility he was being kept in. They begin recovering him while Pilot finds out about the disappearance. He also discovers that Aki was involved and blames Armoros for not being careful enough with the people he employs. Somewhere else, after talking to Aki for a few hours, Logos finally starts getting glimpses of the past, although he still has a lot to remember. He figures out the group's purpose and is happy to rejoin them. In the following scene, the group is planning to continue their plan to hack and reprogram the maintenance system. Since Aki is not a member of the capital anymore, she asks for help from the twins. It works and they gain access to the underground facility. They eventually successfully change and override the program while they are at it. The group is fortunate enough to find diffusers that can be used to turn people from immortal to mortal. Then we see the entire group escaping to the city. They take shelter in between the mountains by building tents. Suddenly Logos has an epiphany and uses the diffuser on himself. Desperate to feel emotions, he passes out right after, which scares everyone. The doctor of the group helps him and he returns to consciousness in a few hours. Aki, who was scared for him, finally admits that she has started to like him. Logos also tells her that he feels the same. In the following scene, the group finds out that Pilot is launching a new program today that will strengthen his hold on humans. He wants to deliver a live message to his people, but the system is hacked by the group. Instead of Pilot, Logos appears on the screen and telling the people everything about Pilot's unethical way of controlling everyone. He asks them to think freely, at least once, and promises that everything will be crystal clear to them. After that, the people are riled up upon hearing the long speech. Armoros tells Pilot that they must stop the group as soon as possible. But Pilot assumed that his system can never malfunction and the general public can do nothing. After that, Aki comes into their view with the diffuser. She uses it and turns herself into a mortal at last. Comes Amanda with a twist. She reveals that before dying, Helios stored his cerebral data, his emotions, his thoughts, ideologies, and so on into a hard drive, which has been downloaded into her brain. In other words, she is a Helios. In the last scene, Aki narrates that Amanda is the key to returning humans to their natural form. She is hopeful the group will soon be contacted by her. Subscribe for more videos like this, hit the bell notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.